You're hearing out of your left ear. You're hearing out of your wrong ear.
Both ears. But
Both
Lord
eyes
knows
closed.
I'm deaf.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Okay.
CH, tell us when to rip it. I'm Brandon Flihan, and I'm your host. Okay. This is our second episode. We're a little rough. We're a little tired. It's 11 o'clock at night?
Almost.
10:15. I'm way over exaggerating right now. It's 10:15 at night. This is our second episode. We're just ripping another one right back to back. On tonight's episode, we're going to go over our top health and fitness bodybuilding news, our favorite outlets, our favorite news outlets, rather, right? On, we say anywhere? Or did we say just YouTube?
I think we mainly just went off YouTube.
Yeah, we want to cover, like, the best place right now, aside from us, to get a bodybuilding, health, and fitness news. The second topic we're going to cover is our favorite diet techniques, or our favorite diet period. The third thing we're going to cover is our current favorite meals before the gym, and also our favorite pre-workout drinks. Got a good game plan, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. It. Let's just let's go right into it. So I'm going to let you tell us your favorite bodybuilding and news outlet right now.
Okay. I don't know if it's somewhat of a news outlet, more of like
Health and fitness outlet,
health and fitness information outlet,
okay.
and then whole like bust myths. But it's going to be a RP, Renaissance Periodization.
Never even heard of him.
Pretty good. The main guy is Mike Israetel. I think I'm saying his last name.
This
right.
is with Jared.
This is with Jared Feather,
yeah, okay,
and
gotcha.
Chandler, I think is his name. Really big Asian dude. He used to be a power lifter. I think they were all power lifters at one point.
Gotcha.
Just got into bodybuilding. Mike Israetel has a PhD in sports phys.
Gotcha.
And he kind of just debunks myths in the bro science of what is bodybuilding. He kind of goes over how much, that your macros. He has ebooks, and he goes over the high protein diets and how they're useless. He's more of a fan of the high carb. You get your fats at a certain level, you get your proteins at 1.5 or whatever they need to be on kg, and then you fill in the rest with carbs. So that's what I've been following lately.
I actually like that perspective. I kind of do something similar myself. I always have, actually, for the most part.
Yeah.
Now that's them three under one.
So
is it a podcast? What is it?
So it's not really a podcast. It's more of like he'll literally sit like this with a laptop, and he'll go down lectures because I'm pretty sure he used to lecture at universities.
Bro, I've never seen this.
So
I mean, Jared Feather actually lives here in town.
Yeah, he just moved here. Right?
Actually, somewhat friends, I guess you could say.
Right.
I don't know if you call it more so acquaintances. We just say what's up, catch up briefly in the gym, and kind of he's a cool dude.
Right.
I like Jared a lot.
Mike Israetel used to live here too. I'm pretty sure his wife, I think, has like a master's.
He's the bigger guy.
Yeah, the shorter, stockier Russian dude, and he's very intelligent, and the stuff he talks about is very good. But he'll legit have like a 30-minute video and just go down PowerPoints on how he debunks these myths and such, and how you should label your workout plan. Like he does I don't know if you've heard of mesocycles and all that good stuff.
Briefly, yeah.
Yeah, it's super advanced, and he goes into it all, and they're long, but some pretty good information there.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Bro, I haven't seen it. We'll check it out together, you and I. Okay, let's go into our second news outlet. I think we both agree on Nick Strength and Power, one of the OGs.
Right.
I think he kind of jocked. Who was the guy back in the day, the Russian guy? You remember what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, my God, he was hysterical.
You say a name.
He had the bubble gut guy. Phil Heath and the bubble gut, he'd always say.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
I have no clue, but I know exactly who you're
So
talking
I think
about.
Nick Strength and Power was like, he's like the newer version of him, but a better version in a way, because he obviously is still doing it. And I like that he every time you go on YouTube, he has a new current event out, which I think is really, really cool. So yeah, Nick Strength and Power. We have, what's the other one called? RP,
Renaissance Periodization, but that's hard to say.
Gotcha. And I'm gonna go ahead and give the third one. I have to give the third one because it's just like a respect thing to Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's not the guy that's going to provide science and break down articles, but this is somebody that's lived it and done it.
Yeah.
and it's just cool to be able to, like, a literal living legend. It's cool to be able to sit down and watch a video of a literal living legend explain his thoughts on bodybuilding, fitness, and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. I think people kind of underestimate that. Like, that's super sick to be able to have that. So I give the third one to Cutler, for sure.
Is that Cutler TV, correct?
Cutler TV.
Yeah.
That's the YouTube channel.
He's really, I feel like, been pushing that too lately. He's been pushing out content.
Dude, I remember when he started that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm happy for him. I think that was a huge success, and to see what he's done with it was really, really cool. So I don't know if I'd call it a news outlet. He does cover news, actually. I think he has a podcast now and stuff like that. But what he's doing, even with himself still to this day, he's got to be, 45, 50 years old. Just to see him training in the gym, going to different gyms in Vegas is really cool. I know somebody I look up to, somebody a lot of people actually look up to. So good job, Jay.
Yeah.
You're killing it with
Just
that.
as a business, he's got his hands in everything in Vegas.
Everything. Yeah, everything. He's a local. Yeah, he's in Vegas as well. So, okay, I guess that covers. I mean, do you have any other news outlets?
Those are the three mainly right now.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I agree. Those are our top three. Okay, our favorite. So number 2, our point. Our favorite diet and or diet techniques. I'm gonna let you start this one, and
All right.
I'll
Guess you know
chop it up from there.
You know which one I'm gonna pick?
Your favorite diet techniques, or is this diet?
Diet techniques, I think.
Carb cycling.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Brandon introduced me to carb cycling back in 2015-ish. Yeah. And from there, it's been game over. Anytime I'm trying to go into a deficit or anything like that, I like the refeed days. Those are the best because then I can eat all my carbs. But
you don't go crazy. You don't have tons of, it's not a cheat day. Yeah. No,
it's all, you're eating 300 grams of rice, which from 150 grams of rice. So it's a nice little pump to the appetite because you're hungry by the time you get to your refeed day.
Oh, you feel great.
And you don't get them every week.
You don't have to.
No. I don't.
I've done carb cycling where you deplete 2 days, have one high, deplete another 3, have one high.
Right.
I've done it where you don't get them every week, where you kind of deplete for 10, 11, 12 days, then you get one and kind of do it that way. So I think there's mixed ways of doing it. The idea, though, to carb cycle is like, would you do it in a bulk? No. I would not do carb cycling in a bulk. That doesn't really make sense in my head. No. The idea behind carb cycling is to deplete the glycogen level. So I always use this analogy to clients to try and explain it to them. Like, imagine you have a gas tank. This is E, this is full. Your glycogen in your muscles real full right now after the high carb day. The idea is to deplete slowly. You don't want to just hammer it down, but deplete through the week. And then what you're going to do is spike it back up. So you get the benefits of, okay, I have the energy again. I'm satiated. I feel good. I go into the gym. I smack these workouts. I finish my week strong. Then I can go again. You know what I mean? That type of mindset. So it's not a free for all. And I always tell them the same thing. Like, you don't want to throw the high carb day in when you're like, just because you're weak minded. And I've done that. Like, everybody probably has. Like, you're probably starving. Your last high carb day spiked your hunger even more. And you're like, I need another one in 2 days. But that's where you need like a second eye. That's why I always like to have like you or Jimmy around to be like, dude, you could keep losing more. Like, you could drop more body fat. You can go harder, that type of thing. Which it always helps to have a second eye, especially when you start getting a deficit, because you can kind of get like drunk goggles a little bit, for sure. I look like shit, and you're just like peeled out of your mind, and you just feel like shit. You think you look like shit. So.
Oh yeah.
But that's the idea behind carb cycling. You deplete and then kind of replenish. But I always say the same thing as well. Like, a high carb day is actually probably harder. Would you agree with me on this? It's probably harder than an actual day of dieting.
I agree.
It's what we do. What we've always done was, when the day that you bring the carbs up. So say it's 1 day a week. Say we're dieting for 6 days. Well, we're dieting 7 full days. Say you're dieting for 6 days low. You have that 1 day high. Mm-hmm. That 1 day high, we're bringing down. So like, what I like to do is keep the calories the exact same.
Right.
Bring your carbs. Bring your proteins and fats down, and bring your carbs up. So you're kind of you're offsetting the calories, but you're having roughly the same amount of calories. And that's the way I've always done it. I've never done, like, especially with Muscle Mania, I've never done like refeed days. I have now.
Hmm.
Don't recommend it. Where you have 900 grams of carbs. Like, I don't even think your body can take that in unless you're using other, supplements to push that.
Yeah.
So that's my thought process behind it. Okay. So we have carb cycling.
And your fats are like 20.
I think we gave,
15.
yeah. It's like, it's super low.
Yeah.
It's a fun day though. It feels good.
That was good.
Your list feel good.
Yep.
My favorite diet / diet techniques. My favorite diet for people, not myself, but for people, I think would be the keto diet for a lot of people, especially like I work with a lot of businessmen, and it's just easier for them to understand and grasp. So basically in the keto diet, just to paraphrase and kind of give you guys a brief understanding of like what the keto diet actually is you have 2 energy sources. So basically you have carbs and you have fats that your body runs off of. With the diet that Luke and I pretty much run all the time, I much rather prefer carbs. I feel better off carbs. I feel fuller off carbs. I feel like I look better off carbs. Now with a keto diet, you're really, really low on carbs and you're really high on fats. And I've never felt good on it, but the reason I recommend it is because it works and other people do feel really good on it. I shouldn't say I never felt good on it. I tried it for years. I tried it for 1 year, you and I, and I tried it when I was, I think, 16 and 17 for about 2 years, maybe up until about 18, right around there. The first time I tried it actually felt pretty good, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I'm a big fan of it for pushing it with clients because it's easier for them to understand. It's easy for them to go out and have a steak, and if the guy puts butter on it or oil on it, they can actually have a little bit more fat. So it makes more sense for the businessman client to go out and have a steak with the whoever,
right.
And then stay away from, okay, this is a potato, it's a carb. Your rice is a carb, stay away from that. It's easy. So I guess that would be my second one. What's yours? Favorite, I guess, diet techniques you want to bring up?
The one we run this year long, the 1.5 kg per protein, or 1.5 gram per kg of protein. Then you keep your fats around like...
You do explain this to me, because I do a pound per pound of body weight per gram of protein. I match it usually. Right now I'm doing something different, and I'll explain, but go ahead.
So I'm doing that. I'm doing 1 right now. So I weigh 205. I'm doing like 200 grams of protein a day.
Okay.
Just because I like my carbs right now, because I'm in a deficit and I'm hungry.
Gotcha.
But usually when I go back into maintenance, I'll up my protein to like a 220, 230.
You only at 200 grams of protein right now?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm only eating 2,400 calories right now. So my carbs are at 275. So I up those a little bit, sacrifice a little more protein because I feel like I get more full on carbs. And then my fats are 55 flat.
I would do the opposite.
I know. That's how
I've always done that.
Well, we've always
had higher protein.
We've always ran the more protein and then the lower carb, the lower fats.
Always.
For my sake, it's a little more sanity because I like my rice.
Makes sense. But you were saying you're not sure if it's working.
But I'm not sure if it's working.
I'm not sure if it's working because I'm not losing weight.
Yeah. It's just been 205 steady for the past 2 weeks. So maybe I should drop something, but like drop some calories.
It works. It's not bad.
But I don't want to.
I'm going to touch on something before we move on to the next topic that I want to give to the audience.
Yeah.
I could say this over and over again, and then every time I say it, it's like the most basic shit ever, but it always clicks in people's head. The easiest way to find your calories, like I'm a big fan of a surplus and running off of carbs, right? I don't think you should be dieting to try and lose weight all the time, especially if you're in bodybuilding. Like it's not good for building muscle at all. But the easiest way to find your calories, in my opinion, if you're a hard gainer, let's say you're 200 pounds. You're Luke, right? You're
205.
Okay, let's just take Luke. He's 205 right now. What we're going to do is we're going to write down on the paper. We're going to go 205 times 10 being extremely low, meaning you have a slow metabolism. Your body's kind of moving a little slow. That's the number, the lower part of the number range, I guess you could say. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Is this making sense?
Yeah. Your activity level, your metabolism.
Your activity level, yeah. So we're going to times by an activity level. 10 being extremely low. We'll say 15 being extremely high. For Luke, I'd probably put him at, 12, 13?
Yeah.
So to find like Luke's maintenance calories, for example, we're going to take 205.
He's doing this all in his head, by the way.
Yeah, with a calculator in my hand.
No, all in his head.
205 times 13, I said?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about 2,600 calories. And then from there, what you guys are going to do is break that down into a 40-40-20 split. Yep. And I feel like that's the easiest way to get into somewhat of a surplus, get your body rolling. And then what I like to do is keep it real basic. Start there, 40% carbs, 40% protein, 20% fats. Yeah. It's the most simple way to break things down. And then from there, if you guys want to keep gaining weight or losing weight, whatever direction you guys want to go, you're going to add or subtract 200 calories from that.
Right.
And I feel like, yeah, we can talk about the keto diet, we can talk about carb cycling, we can talk about all this stuff, but the bread and butter, the easiest way for somebody to do this that wants to start counting calories, the thing that makes it most sense for people is that. It's just the easiest way to do it, I think.
Yeah, and to be fair, we'd use that all the time.
I use it still to this day.
Yeah, exactly. 40-40-20. And so that 2,600, right? That would be the maintenance, correct?
That's like Luke's maintenance, if you will.
And then mine, not yours, mine.
Yeah.
And then anything lower would be called the deficit, and anything above would be the surplus.
Keep it real simple,
easy.
You know? And then you learn your body. Like, okay, I tried 2,600 calories, and I'm losing 5 pounds a week. Obviously, it's ridiculously fast. Like a pound a week would be great to lose or to gain even.
Right.
And you're doing that and you lose like 5, obviously add more calories to your diet.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to stay in that big of a deficit.
No. And so just to add on that, and what I'm learning as a novice, a newbie, is do stuff slow. Because, I mean, we ran a deficit for me back last summer. We ran a deficit. And I was hitting it hard. I was doing it fast, 1,700 calories, eating nothing, dropping weight super fast.
Yeah.
And it came back even faster.
That's the thing.
Because you're losing it that fast. So
not only that, but not to cut you off, but your cravings are probably through the roof. So it's like when you enter a surplus again, not only are you entering a surplus and you have more food, but you're probably like the likelihood of you cheating on a diet. I just did this. Yeah. The likelihood of you cheating on your new diet to reverse diet or whatever is like through the roof because your cravings are super high. I don't know if you did that.
No, I ate a cheat meal every day, and it was not a good cheat meal.
Yeah.
And then I gained it right back.
Yeah.
And so my thing is, and I'm sure, I mean, I learned it from you, slow.
Yeah. It's a marathon. Mm-hmm. Slow as possible, especially for everybody trying to enter a surplus and build muscle. You want to take it as slow as possible. And, I remember the one and probably only legit off season I'd actually call it had was from 2014 to 2015, where I spent like 9 months in a surplus. Yeah. And then I look back at those pictures, and that was the best I looked on stage. Most peeled, rather. I was a lot smaller than I am now, but like most peeled I was. I feel like my body, my metabolism didn't fight me at all. And I feel like that just goes to improve my point even more. Keep your body in a surplus, let your metabolism be healthy, try to pack on more muscle. Right. The more muscle you hold, most likely the more calories you're going to be able to burn, and the more healthy your metabolism is going to be.
And now I'm going to make this quick. I know we could probably make a whole video on it by itself.
Oh yeah,
I'm
sure we will for sure.
Yeah. But when you're talking about this maintenance level, and you times your activity level 10 to 15. Now, are you recommending everybody weighs their food and counts everything, or kind of just look at the nutrition facts and go for it? Just quick.
For our audience sake, weigh your food.
Yep.
I think like the initial people that are going to be listening to this podcast is going to be people that are probably like us, like heavily into bodybuilding and stuff. You're going to want to take it as serious as possible. You're not going to want to just, I had 8 ounces of chicken. I guarantee everybody says, I eyeball it. I've done it for years. I've done it for years. I've done it for how many goddamn years?
Yeah.
12 years. You can't eyeball a piece of chicken. Yeah. You weigh it, and then you're looking at it, and you think it's 8 ounces. It's probably 6. Now, if you're in a surplus, honestly, like I think it's probably more beneficial mental-wise to be a little more gentle on yourself, because when you go into those 12 weeks, those 16 weeks, and you're grinding, and you're like hustling, and you're trying to lose weight, and everything has to be precise, well, then you got to weigh everything. Sorry.
Yeah. And there was something you used to say a couple years ago, and it was weigh. So you're eating your food, you're not weighing it, right? Well, the next day, weigh the food that you ate yesterday, and you're going to be completely off.
Yeah.
You're going to be completely off.
You're saying like the food that you eyeballed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be completely off. Whether
100%.
it's
going to be different every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be different every single time you do it.
So I've took that into the brain database, and I remember that every time. So
Yeah.
let's move on.
For sure. What's our next one?
We got favorite pre-workout meals / drinks.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and kickstart this one.
Okay.
With my favorite pre-workout drink.
Don't do it to him.
Raise it up.
Don't do it to him.
Definitely every single time I'm gonna say coffee. Now, like,
What is it really though?
coffee. Coffee
What do
and water.
you call it?
Yoff.
There it is.
Get a nice yoff with your boys. I'm not a fan of like crazy pre-workouts. I'm not a fan of like artificial caffeine. It doesn't feel good to me. The best thing I've found for me, if I'm looking for energy, is taking just a nice yoff coffee, whatever you want to call it, yoff in our language, and then pair that with the arginine or some sort of vasodilator by itself and go from there. But I wouldn't have coffee like right before the gym. I like to have it like an hour to 45 minutes before the gym. Some of you may agree, some of you may not. I know this is considered a vasorestrictor. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
So I'm sure to the science guys, I'm kind of contradicting myself, but that's why I like to do it a lot before my workout. So an hour before, 45 minutes before, and then closer to the workout, maybe 30 minutes, have some sort of vasodilator by itself. Your favorite pre-workout drink?
Favorite pre-workout drink. Okay, I'm gonna go
Not supplement, because you're like me. You take them by yourself. I'm talking about pre-workout drink.
Yeah, and I can't say coffee because you said coffee.
I have one. I have another one.
I like, and I have a couple. I have like a whole case in my fridge. I got them for free because of my work. That was really generous. I got a whole case of just a sugar-free energy drink. Has 100
brand.
Yeah, it's Monster.
Okay. That's fine, though. Yeah.
190 milligrams of caffeine, and then I wash down all my supplements afterwards.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say my second right now and my go-to. This is pretty much, I've been using this for over a month, bro, is those rain drinks.
Yeah.
Just for energy's sake. So usually I get up in the morning, I work, I have a coffee about 3 hours after wake up, 4 hours after wake up. I have my water, and I make sure I'm like super, super full on water. And then 45 out from an hour out from the workout, I like those rains right now. And usually I don't like anything carbonated, but in a deficit, that was really nice.
300 milligrams of caffeine in that, right?
Yeah, it was a lot, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really drink much coffee right now. I know it's 10 o'clock at night and I'm drinking a coffee, but it's because we're up late.
Yeah.
But I only have maybe a half a cup to a cup a day.
Good for
like
you.
I walked in, this is from work, and I probably drank this much, and I don't know, down to here. And that was my one day of coffee, you know? And then the rest is rain.
I get made fun of because I sip my coffee. I don't know if that's a thing. You're supposed to chug your coffee or something, but I like to sip on it. I enjoy the coffee.
I feel better when I sip it.
Yeah.
I'm Italian, and I'll literally to the face 3 of these right
Yeah.
now. I've always been that way. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. Definitely agree with the whole sipping thing. Okay, well we got the drinks covered.
Okay.
Let's cover our favorite pre-workout meals. You answer this one first. I answer the last one first.
Okay. So my favorite pre-workout meal, and it's the same every time.
Okay, that's what we want.
An hour and 20 minutes, an hour before a workout, I will do either oatmeal or cream of rice. I jumped on the cream of rice bandwagon. Not cream of wheat, cream of rice. And I will do a scoop of whatever protein I have in the pantry, 15 grams of honey, pink Himalayan salt, which I switched it. It's the the Celtic.
I'll put you on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celtic
good
salt.
stuff.
Yep, very good.
Good stuff.
And Brandon can pump the whole science out for that. But that's and some cinnamon.
Oh, like in the you put the salt in the
oats or the cream of rice, yeah.
Okay.
I do.
All right. That's your pre-workout meal.
That is my pre-workout meal.
How long before the workout?
An hour 30.
Okay. Mine is completely different.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe a banana in there too.
Okay. You do peanut butter?
I don't. So I've noticed with fats before my workout, for some reason, they just sit there, and I will feel it. But if I don't have any fats before my workout, I feel good.
Yeah. I would have to agree with you. That's why I don't do high fat. So I have a steak meal right now, and I do that after my workout pretty much. I try to do it after my workout. If the day gets away from me a little bit, I'll do it before, but I don't like to. My favorite pre-workout meal right now is 300 grams of rice, 8 ounces of chicken, 100 grams of broccoli. Super clean, super basic bodybuilder meal, low on fat. But, I mean, it works for me. It's worked for me for years. And then occasionally I have to agree with you, not on the protein side of things, but if I want a carb or something like that, I do oatmeal. But what I really, really like for carbs is some sort of fruit. So a banana, some grapes, some blueberries, stuff like that.
Fruit is like satiating too. Kind of keeps you going.
For me, it's a lifesaver when I'm dieting because I'm like, oh, it's my one thing of a little bit of sugar, and it feels good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, raise that blood sugar right before you go into the gym, and you feel like you got a good little pump. But I'd have to go with the chicken and rice for me.
I like that.
Easy.
How do you feel about the broccoli though? The broccoli doesn't make you gassy or bloated?
No, not at all. It never has. But there's borderline. Like I've done broccoli up to like, this is gonna sound insane, but I've done it like 400 or 500 grams, especially like not last month now. It'd be November. I was doing like a ridiculous, absurd amount of broccoli or asparagus every meal. So then going to the gym, you just kind of feel like, I mean, it's fiber, and I'm not sure the exact science behind fiber, but I mean, it'll definitely bloat you, and it makes you feel full. So that's not the best feeling when you're trying to, I don't know, train abs, or if you're trying to lay down on the bench and have your chest up, and it's like you just feel like something's there,
or pose like you would do.
Yeah, if you're trying to pose or something, you want to see yourself flat, and then you go into the gym, you have an extended gut. It's like the worst feeling.
Damn asparagus.
That damn asparagus. Oh, broccoli's the worst.
Broccoli is the worst.
But 100 grams, no, I don't notice any sort of digestion issues or change in look at all.
And 100 grams isn't that much.
Nah, it's a small amount. Dude, it's so funny you just said that because I just had this conversation with somebody, and they're like, you know how much broccoli 100 grams is, bro? He's showing me. Yeah. Actually, I do. Yeah. I know how much it is.
Not that much.
I have it 3 times a day. Like, I know exactly how much 100 grams is. Right now, it's not that much.
Right now, I'm having 300 grams of broccoli, just because it's more satiating than rice sometimes.
After?
Yeah.
After the workout?
After. Yeah. Yep.
I like it. All right. Well, what do we got now? We got top health. Okay.
What's your favorite meal? Let's go on to that. Your favorite meal, just in general.
Oh man. We'll go off of current.
Yeah, I got mine.
Current favorite meal. This is gonna sound crazy.
Not as crazy as mine.
Oh no, yours is disgusting. Yours is disgusting.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mine is gonna sound crazy, but I just started implementing this, and I never do this. Like I always eat 100%, like really, really clean. I did for like 6 months. I had Wendy's every day, and I had it was like a double cheeseburger or something like that, just to get like higher. It was right next to City, so our old gym. So I would drive up the road in between clients, grab that, and then go back to work. Obviously, not the healthiest thing. Right now, I'd have to say In-N-Out. I have In-N-Out scheduled on the diet every single day. But in general, not right now, oatmeal. Hands down, it's a dessert for me.
I feel like that's been your thing forever, though.
Oatmeal's like, I don't remember last time I went through a whole day without oatmeal.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, okay. Now go ahead and describe this disgusting
I wish
meal.
I could say In-N-Out every day, because I do love In-N-Out.
Oh.
But right now I have 200 grams of rice, 150 grams of cooked chicken, 15 grams of organic peanut butter.
You sicko.
I know. And then my wife found me this sugar-free maple syrup. So it's like 3 grams per serving.
What is this, Elf? You just put maple syrup on everything? I put that shit on everything.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So myself being Buddy, I put the maple syrup on the chicken and rice, Louisiana hot sauce on top, and it's amazing.
Wait a second. Is that it?
That is it.
Oh, that's not what I thought.
Chicken, rice, peanut butter, maple syrup, cinnamon. I forgot the cinnamon. Cinnamon, Louisiana hot sauce.
You post something else.
No, that's that. Chicken, rice, peanut butter.
Oh.
I'm telling you right now, everybody is listening, the goat of meals. It's delicious.
You sound disgusting.
It's like Thai food, but without the syrup. Take the syrup away. I don't know why I added syrup, but it was in my pantry.
What the hell?
Sugar-free.
Interesting choice of foods for sure.
It's like the deficit mind when you kind of start losing your mind
just
a little
eat
bit.
anything and it tastes amazing together.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Huh.
I'm gonna go home and have that right now.
I won't say I won't try it. I just had Korean barbecue. I had octopus for the first time.
Good, chewy.
Disgusting.
Did you have to cook it yourself?
Of course I
You
did.
probably didn't cook it right.
No, I had Chuck cook. I went with Chuck.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Oh, good for you. Where's my invite? No.
He definitely
he cooked
did it proper.
and it was literally disgusting. He almost was like, "Dude, you have to eat this." And
Yeah.
our friend is Korean, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll eat it." Like, he's like, "I'll try it. I'll try anything, honestly."
What do they call octopus? What is it called?
And
Is it Ika? Ika.
I have no idea.
It is called Ika.
They call it calamad.
Not really. That's fried.
That's
And it's calamari. Thank you.
It's calamad. Calamad. All right. What else we got, Lucas?
That's
I think that covered all of our
Yeah.
topics. You got any other topics?
no, that was good.
Okay, we got all our topics. Just like the last episode, we're gonna cover a couple workout songs for you, or artists, songs.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you lead the way with this one.
All right. Well, I started last time. I'll start it again, and I'm gonna pull it up right now. Actually, I don't need to pull it up. Tory Lanez,
You got a favorite album, mixtape?
New Toronto 1.
Okay, you heard it here first. Tory Lanez, New Toronto 1. That's gonna be your. It's
on datpiff.com or YouTube.
yeah, either or. Look it up. I'm gonna go ahead and say,
You know what that does to us in the gym when that comes on?
ooh,
New Toronto,
that is a dude.
Machiavelli.
It is a
Sheesh.
slapper. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Let's see. Oh my God, everybody knows this shit. I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, hands down. I think I've listened to this every single workout since I started working out.
If you know Brandon Flihan, you know
50 Cent.
he is the light skin 50 Cent. Without all the other problems.
Some might say.
Yes.
Some might say. So, okay, yeah, that's going to close out episode 2. Everybody watching that tuned in, if you're listening to this on YouTube, I don't know if we're going to have this up anywhere. Carson, are we going to have this up anywhere else? YouTube and Spotify to start out. If you're listening to this on YouTube or Spotify, thank you very much. Definitely like, definitely subscribe.
Apple.
Comment. Yeah, we're going to get on Apple Podcasts. Comment. Give us some topics to talk about. Like, we're always researching shit and trying to come up with different stuff. So, with all that being said, this is Brandon Flihan. We're signing out.